All right, so yesterday I went and got my electric fences that I ordered. I got 2 of them, the goat and sheep net that I'm gonna set up one of them this morning. So I got the other electric net that I told you about yesterday in the goat pen. And as of this morning, it looks like they don't want to mess with it, which is good. So that means they're getting used to it. So with that being said, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of these other goat nets and I'm gonna start putting it out here and all up in there. And I want to tie it in to this gate right here so that they can have access back to inside the training pen. But I'm going to try them out on just the electric fence. But I'm going to do it out there. I'm going to set it up out there so they can wander out there if they want to. And there's plenty of browse out there to eat. And see if they're going to let them eat some browse, but also be able to go back and forth to the training pen. And see if they stay in the net. So that's the plan as of this morning. So let's get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. I already opened the box. I have not taken everything out. God, it's cold this morning. That wind is howling. It's a little bit nippy. So as you can see, we got the net right here. But what Starkline, what they actually do is they send you some setup instructions. They send you some ground stakes that you can use, and some extra parts of the wire, and some other stuff to fix the fence if there's a break in it or whatever. But they give you some stuff to fix it, which is great. And on the end of these things, you got these little black burr pieces on the spikes. I'm gonna go ahead and start just taking all those off because, well, I can't put these stakes in the ground with the rubber pieces on them. But they do that in the box so they don't poke holes in the box and, you know, maybe hurt somebody in the shipping process. So I'm gonna get these off, and with a snap of my finger, it's done. All right, now that that's done, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this fence up in the woods. And now because of that, it's gonna be a little bit more of a difficult task because these things do not work well in the woods. However, my process is to clear out some of the woods to make it easier down the road. Even today, as I'm laying this thing out and trying to get it to where I want it, if there's things in the way, I'm just gonna cut it out of the way with my little handy dandy saw and make a path so that it's easy to work with. Now, out in the field, in the yard, or wherever in the pasture, whatever you want to call it, these things work great because, well, you don't have anything in the way for all this to get tangled up in. But in the woods, it can get tangled up sometimes and make it a little bit more of a pain in the butt. But that's what I signed up for, and that's what I'm going to deal with. So again, this is a 42-inch net, so 42 inches high and 164 inches or 164 feet long, excuse me. So it comes with these strings that's tied up around it to keep it rolled up. What I use these for is I keep these and I use them to tie up any of this fence to, whether it's to an additional post, to tighten it, or wherever else I want to tighten it or tie it up to. Now, I do have a lot of my own paracord that I use to do stuff like that, but if I don't have to use that, I'll just use this while it lasts. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just taking this off, untying it, and then we'll get this thing ready to set up. Starkline does have posts that you can buy, and they're just like the posts that are already woven into the fence. And you just use those for additional support on corners or wherever else you might need it. But I also have these right here that I got from Tractor Supply, and I'm going to use this in particular. So right here, I want to come out here with the fence, and I want to turn right here. Well, I can't. If I want to turn right here with just the fence, that section between post to post is too long, so I won't be able to do that. I'll have to go out here a lot more. But I'm going to use this post right here to do that, and I'll just put the wire in this post and then turn and keep on going my merry way. Pull some of this slack out. Put that piece right there. Put that piece, and then I'll So right here, I've got plenty of fence left to keep going, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut in the woods now. I wanna go straight through there. I wanna go through there, and then I'm gonna eventually tie it back into where the training pin is. So I'm gonna walk through here right now with my little chainsaw, and I'm gonna cut out anything that's in the way that will eventually, anything that will ground this fence out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to cutting. See if that's enough for right now. All right, so I got the fence set up. I'll show you what I did here in a second, but what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and let the goats out and see how they handle the fence. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the Energizer on. I just got the Gallagher S20. And then this right here is one of those, it's a Premier One little fence tester. It should hit about 8,000 kilovolts. 6. It's hitting 6. I would like for it to hit more, hit closer to 8. I can find out. I'm going to find out why it's only hitting 6. In the meantime, I'm going to try to go ahead and get these goats. See if they'll come over and get in here. Hey, goat. Hey, goat. Come on, babe. Come on, goat. Come on, goat. Come on, goat. Come on over here. These goats are not used to moving, so this should be interesting. See if I can try to get them moved over here. So we'll see if they come. I'm gonna have to go get some treats and kind of like, hey, y'all can come over here now. So I was not able to record the goats coming into this new little paddock that I set up for them earlier, but they did come in here earlier. Wasn't able to film it because I was inside trying to get a little bit warm, because it is freezing cold. That I'll tell you. Anyway, I'm gonna show you how I got the fence set up. So if you start down there, I kind of ran it up behind the pin, the training pin right here. And then it runs right down here. And then it runs across down in there. And then it comes back up. Let's see here. So then it comes back up. And then it ties right back into the gate right here where the goats are. So the goats have plenty of browse in here. I mean, well, there's not a bunch, obviously, because it is winter time, and so a lot of the leaves are not, and a lot of the leaves have fallen off. They're not green. Trees are kind of dormant right now. But I still do have, I know there's several wax myrtles. Let's see, I've got wax myrtle, and there's a few maple leaves hanging around. A couple oaks. I don't know if goats eat oak leaves or not, but the wax myrtle I know they tear up and eat, and then whatever else they want. There's a little bit of stuff going on here, but we've got some browse that I can move them through until we get back into spring. But as long as they get trained to this fence, and I can trust they're not going to get out, which may happen time to time. It's not going to be perfect, but then I'll keep moving them with the fence and rotationally moving them through the woods that I have. I got plenty of it, and letting them browse down and eat all the stuff I don't want, so I can come in behind them and take out some more trees and all that kind of good stuff. So